Where have you been, Rogers?
I went to check on my wife, sir. She is resting comfortably. But I'm afraid I have some distressing news.
Oh?
One of the china figures of a sailor boy has been broken off.
Chapter 2. 9 little sailor boys sat up very late. One overslept himself, and then there were 8.
Filthy night. I tried to go out to get some more wood for the fire, but the wind drove me back.
A storm like that will keep us all indoors.
My apologies for the accommodations, Mr. Narracott, but all the beds are taken.
Makes one wonder where the Owens were planning to sleep, doesn't it?
A good servant follows instructions, sir. He does not question his employer, unless you'd like to share the deceased's room with the corpse.
This will do fine. Thank you, Rogers.
I'll wish you a good night then, sir.
Welcome back, everyone. So let's play
Everyone
more.
should be sound asleep by now. Good time for a little stealth work.
Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Play more of And Then There Were None. My other 4th subscriber special, 500 subscriber special.
I copied the contents into my notebook.
I'm going to follow this guide, I think. I never remember what to do here. I think 3 glasses, Mason's garden, cocktail shaker.
I shouldn't do that. I need to have my wits about me.
Into the study. Into the door, the study.
I transcribed the pertinent passages in my notebook. Normally, I would never violate someone's privacy this way. However, given the circumstances, I will examine the entries for clues and transcribe any passages I find pertinent.
Close map on the wall. Should be a map on the wall somewhere, but I can't see it.
The drawer is locked.
Inkstand. I think I have to take the inkstand. The sellotape as well. Middle drawer.
This bears a closer look. This could use a closer look.
Want to shine some light on the matter? Flowery's features may win you a few friends. You went home. I don't think it's going to be a very long chapter, so it's not going to be a very long video. So, which is fine because I'm playing Minecraft at 10, so hopefully I might be able to get it done before then. We are going to back up Left of the door.
Property of Teresa Robson. I transcribed the interesting passages into my notebook.
History of South Speical Coast, a diary. Gramophone, record. Look at the recordings, turn the record, see. Goodbye, play the goodbye part. I've got the record in my...
Let me examine this further. I wonder what's recorded on this side.
I love the atmosphere in this game.
I won't do that. Perhaps another time.
Really?
I don't think that's appropriate.
What? Why? You won't let me do it.
Perhaps another time. This is neither the time nor the place. Perhaps another time.
I'm pleased to see at least one of you has fought to turn the record over. Any good house party should include party games. This weekend is no exception. I have devised several little games of the mind to challenge your wits, and I hope you find the rewards for each to be worth the effort. You'll have to discover my little amusements on your own, however. I've scattered them all over this delightful island retreat. I hope that you will find them suitably entertaining.
Very interesting. What's the next thing we need to do?
I'm pleased to see at least one of you has fought to turn the record over. Any good house party should include party games. This weekend is no exception. I have devised several little games of the mind to challenge your wits, and I hope you find the rewards for each to be worth the effort. You'll have to discover my little amusements on your own, however. I've scattered them all over this delightful island retreat. I hope that you will find them suitably entertaining.
It's turning, but no sound is coming out. Something must be missing.
Right. Now we've done that. Take the flashlight on the top drawer of the table under the painting. I'll get a flour sack? It doesn't say that.
It's a full sack of flour. I don't need it, and I'm no pack rat. No need to call unnecessary attention to my snooping. Those don't work together.
There's no batteries any. I don't know what you're talking about. Do I have to do it on the last day, maybe? Ah.
I can't see anything of interest. There are some batteries buried under here. Let's hope that holds. The larder is very well stocked.
Right. Yes, this is a very short chapter. It's dark upstairs.
Whoever it is, please leave us. My wife needs her rest.
Sorry about that, Rogers.
Not at all.
It's locked fast. There's nothing I can do for the victim now.
Gonna go in every fucking room.
It's tightly locked. I can't open it. It's locked. He's as tight as an owl. I expect nothing could wake him up.
General Lombard, Emily Brent, Dr. Armstrong. I don't think I've looked at Lombard yet. Ah, this.
It's tightly locked. Locked. It's locked fast. It's tightly locked.
Yes, gathered that.
Morning is coming. I'd best get back to my bed.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I didn't get much rest, but at least I have something to show for it. I'd best see if everyone has come down for breakfast.
Right, we're going to save it because this is going to be the end of the chapter. So, what the fuck? For some reason, it's now saying there's nothing saved. Are you kidding? You better not delete all my fucking saves. Oh, there it is. Right, well, we've got more backups, so it's fine. Let's go and see if everyone's here, shall we?
If what Narracott told Vera is true, and mind you, I take anything he says with a grain of salt, then they will not be sending a boat until at least Monday, even if the storm clears.
Wise to remember, Narracott's the odd man out here.
Yes, thanks to you, I believe, Blore.
At least nothing else has occurred.
I hope you are correct, Miss Claythorne. However, I feel compelled to draw your attention to this table's centerpiece.
Now 2 are broken. How odd.
Ah, Mr. Narracott, good morning. Since Mr. Marsden won't be joining us, there is an extra place for breakfast, although breakfast itself seems to be a trifle behind schedule.
I'm afraid there is no breakfast at present. Mrs. Rogers has not been able to carry on this morning.
What's the matter with the woman? I was promised fresh apple juice this morning.
I must tell you a sad piece of news. Mrs. Rogers died in her sleep.
So we have to do this bit before we actually complete the chapter. So let's save it here, and then we'll save it before we talk to our last person.
Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
She was a very skittish creature, and she had a shock last night. It might have been heart failure.
Her heart certainly failed to beat. What caused it to fail is the question.
Did you hear anything in the night?
No, my sleep was quite restful.
Good day to you, Miss Claythorne. You're a detective, Mr. Bloor. Any theories?
I appreciate you recognizing the fact there's a professional present. I'd like to know what she had to eat or drink last night before she collapsed.
Rogers assures me she had nothing whatsoever.
Of course he would say that. But see here. They've done a murder and gotten away with it. Now she's all hysterical, likely to give the show away. She's a danger to her husband. That's what she is.
Oh, I should hardly think a man would do that to his wife.
You said you knew something about the history of this island.
Most of the old stuff can be found in the library. Its more recent history is just as interesting, though. But I'm not inclined to divulge that just yet.
That is all for now, Mr. Bloor. Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
I'm sure Mrs. Rogers wasn't to blame. A good, loyal woman.
Did you hear anything in the night?
I thought I heard a voice calling my name. My wife, she died several years ago. I expect it was a dream.
General, you said you thought you recognized Lombard.
Did I? Yes, I expect I did. But I fail to see what business it might be of yours.
Thank you, General. Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
Conscience.
What do you mean by that?
She was accused, together with her husband, of having deliberately murdered her former employer, an old lady. You all saw her last night. She broke down completely. The shock of her wickedness brought home to her was too much to bear. She literally died of fear.
Possibly, if there was cardiac weakness.
Call it, if you prefer, an act of God.
Thank you, Miss Brent.
Right, again, save. Because you can't skip these talks, unfortunately. I forgot about that, actually, I think.
Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death?
We know that she consumed something last night. Dr. Armstrong told us so.
I, Mr. Lombard?
You gave her a sedative.
A small dose of trial, nothing more.
Doctors have made mistakes before.
You're suggesting I accidentally gave Mrs. Rogers an overdose?
Accidentally or otherwise. One death may have been an accident or suicide, but two in the space of a few hours?
Simply outrageous, man of my standing.
Any more questions, Mr. Narracott?
Did you hear anything in the night?
I'm a very light sleeper. In future, I hope everyone will bear that in mind. Yes, several times I heard something.
You didn't investigate?
With a judge, a detective, and an amateur sleuth in the house, you hardly need my poor skills in that line. I prefer to keep watch.
The hunter in his blind?
A good analogy, Judge.
You said you recognized Owen's voice.
I've had time to think it over, and I'm sure I did. I see no reason to share that information with you.
Good day to you, Mr. Lombard. What was the cause of death?
Impossible to say offhand.
There must be an autopsy.
I certainly couldn't give a certificate without one.
When did you find out?
Rogers roused me at first light. He'd gotten up to light the stove and see to the power generator before waking her. When she didn't respond, he got me.
Can you tell when she died?
Without an autopsy, not for certain, but it must have been some hours ago. The body was, quite cold.
Did you hear anything in the night?
No, although it appears I should have.
Thank you for your time, Doctor.
And before we do the last one... Shit. Why is it doing that? I haven't saved over the first one at all. It keeps putting me down to the next lot down.
8 little sailor boys. The plot thickens. Any theories about Mrs. Rogers' death, Judge?
I'm afraid it confirms my opinion that there is something very wrong on this island. It occurs to me that if these 2 deaths were not suicides or accidents, that Mr. Owen may very well be responsible. If so, he is almost certainly on this island somewhere.
I agree. I think we should find a way off this island immediately.
Did you hear anything in the night?
I confess I slept fitfully. Marsden's death, the storm, but I heard nothing. Possibly also due to the storm.
Understandable, Judge. Quite understandable.
Mr. Narracott, can your boat be repaired?
I doubt very seriously it can be repaired. Mr. Blore did a good job.
Steady on. I didn't know then how the land lay, did I?
So you say.
If you find a means of leaving the island or of signaling the mainland, I'm sure we would all be in your debt.
And I'm sure all of us would help in any way we could.
Hear, hear.
We're never going to leave the island. None of us are ever going to leave.
What were you hinting at concerning Marston's politics?
Only that he'd become mixed up with some foreigners. I think that's all I'd better say at present.
Good day to you, Judge.
Chapter 3. 8 little sailor boys traveling in Devon. One said he'd stay there, and then there were 7.
And we go on.
Rogers didn't let his wife's death get in the way of his custodial duties. I assume everyone has gone off on their own pursuits. I should do the same.
Alright guys, that's going to be it. That's another video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, alright, that's it. Thanks for watching guys. See you next time.